Jesus fuck.
That was
It tasted like
insane.
orange juice.
No, dude, what are you doing?
Orange juice.
I haven't even had my orange juice for the day. Welcome back. I feel like my tone of voice and the way I say that every time is exactly the same.
It is. It never changes.
Welcome back. Welcome back to the show. As usual, we have not prepared anything to talk about or to say.
We never will either.
I have a couple jokes on this smartphone device, but other than that, we are, as the kids say, winging it. My brother once described a woman's flower as a cave, or like
Dark and wet.
yeah, no, like or no, like have you ever been to like a zoo or something and they have like a machine that like you reach in your arm? It's like, this is what a boa constrictor feels like when it's wrapped around your arm. It was like that before like an anaconda, so it was just kind of like, you know, you could swim in there. This is what happens when kind of letting me do my thing, man.
Yeah, we're 3 for 3 tonight.
Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed. That's the end of the podcast.
Jesus Christ.
He did say that though. He said it was like reaching into a cave and like kind of stabbing your hand in there, you know. And then he said when she was blowing him, it was all like deep throating, so his dick was just hitting the back of her throat, like, you know, like.
Who are we talking about?
Gray.
Yeah, no, but who was like it just?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, some woman.
So a specific, not just like pussies in general.
No, one of them. No. He's not like. Oh, dude, they're just holes.
I thought he was just like vaginas are just like caves.
No. This one was.
This one was.
Yeah, this one was blown out.
A
like,
specific pussy.
Yeah, you could like reach your arm in there, kind of squeeze her heart a little bit.
Because I was like, I don't agree, but
no, it was one.
This one.
It was one of them.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, it is.
I think I don't know.
Yeah, and like when she was blowing him, it was like. Let's talk about something else. I was trying to think of something to say, like I was trying to think of something
It's
that
like spear hunting.
hits a.
Trying to catch a fish.
Yeah, it's like. Yes. Have you seen that photo of the monkey spearfishing? That's a real thing. There's a photo of an ape like hunting fish in the ocean with a river and like with a spear, like a sharpened piece of wood.
They're getting intelligent.
They are actually. It's weird. Monkeys specifically, because like I think I heard somewhere they're observing us kind of doing things.
They're just taking notes.
Basically,
notes.
yeah, because we've been around them for so long. They're kind of learning how we operate a little bit, and they're learning from us because they see, you know, people with like weird things killing animals and catching them. So they're like, oh, we could do that. Some of them are using like, yeah, there's other examples of that too. But the spear one is a good example because like there's a photo of it. It's like, and I told you about this too. Like my family in Pennsylvania, they have like a German Shepherd. Did I talk about this on the show? I don't think so.
I don't know about the show, but
well, if we did, we'll cut it. It's a German Shepherd, and it used to push around this plastic ball with his nose, but like his nose would get all cut up. So to circumvent that, he like the dog grabs a softer, squishier ball and then pushes the other ball with the soft ball so it protects his nose. And, like, I've kind of found that amazing. Everyone else, oh, yeah, he does that.
Yeah.
You know, whatever. It's kind of funny.
No, a dog using tools.
Yeah,
Like,
no, it's purely for benefiting itself. It's not gaining anything. It's just for enjoyment. And it's,
Yeah.
like, doing stuff. It's, I don't know. It's weird. I've been a little sniffly. The spring.
It's been like 2 weeks.
Springtime. I think it's allergies. I think I'm getting allergies because I took a COVID test. It's not that. I've never gotten allergies during like a transition into another season. I don't really get that.
I usually do, and I feel like this is the first time I haven't.
That's cool. So what? You fucking gave it to me then?
Yeah, I gave you my allergies.
Fucking dickhead.
Speaking of allergies,
I'm allergic to you, you fucking piece of shit. Sick of you, dude. Been stuck in here for a month. It's just like agony. You leave your shit in like one puddle and it kind of just floats to my side of the can. It's gross.
well, there's nothing I could do.
There's a
about
hole
that.
right there. You just dump it out of the fucking hole.
I don't want to.
You don't know what? It's right there. I can see it's right there. This can is like what? Like 11 by no, it's bigger than that. Not that big though. You walk 2 feet, the hole's right there.
But I don't want to touch the water.
I mean, you don't want to touch the water. We're walking around the water all fucking day, man. There's nothing else to do. We splish around in the water for fun.
I don't want to do it any more than I have to.
Okay, I guess. Just shit outside. Just shit
I'll
outside
try.
of the fucking can,
I'll give it
please.
a shot.
I'll be sleeping and it just floats and hits my face.
I don't like the way the breeze touches my balls.
Does that feel good?
No.
Haven't you explained that before? You're like, I like it when you've had sex outside. You're like, it's nice when the breeze hits your balls or your dick.
I didn't say it was
cool
nice. I
chill.
said it was like it's an interesting feeling.
Okay. Made me come, actually. It wasn't her. It was the wind.
All the
It was the whispers in my ears.
no, the worst is getting blown outside because then it's like super like saliva wet, and when the breeze hits that,
It gets all cold.
it gets like super cold.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird.
I could imagine.
It's very strange, especially in like the winter.
Yeah, the saliva like freezes and your dick is just like an icicle.
In
She's
the
like, what do
summertime,
I-
go for it.
She's like, what do I do with this now?
Fuck.
It's like, I guess, I don't know. Just
I feel like that would benefit.
pour
a
some
little.
warm water on it. Don't put your tongue on it, it'll get stuck. Like Home Alone or
No.
Christmas Story. Remember in Home Alone where he gets a Red Ryder BB gun and shoots his eye out? Remember in Home Alone where
No.
he asked for the toy?
That was Home Alone 2.
He asked for the toy, and then Arnold Schwarzenegger's like, I'll get it. And then he fights like Danny DeVito for it or something. Oh, those are 2 movies. That's like 3. I'm
You
mixing up 3
combined
movies.
so many there. There was like Twins and
'Cause-
Jingle All the Way and
Deck the Halls is the one with Danny DeVito.
yeah,
That's the one.
and Matthew Broderick.
Yeah. And then, what's the fucking one with Turbo Man called?
Jingle All the Way.
Jingle All the Way, and then Christmas Story. Or no, fuck, Home Alone.
And
Jesus.
A Christmas Story.
And A Christmas Story. All the same movie.
Yeah.
Christmas movies are the same.
At the core, sure.
You know, because it's a Christmas movie. Some
You
themes
could say,
show up.
You could say that,
Some
I
like
guess.
Similar themes and concepts arrive. You know?
At the heart of all of them, I guess they're
You
all the
know.
same.
Those Santa Claus movies are kind of kooky.
They're strange.
The first one especially is weird.
It's very
It's
strange.
kind of like a horror movie.
a horror movie.
Yeah, like if you switch out Santa Claus with like a demon or something, like no, just like in terms of like his stages of transforming, because like he grows like the beard, he keeps cutting it off, and then it like keeps popping up. He goes, and it's like kind of horrible. He like starts just gaining crazy amounts of weight for no reason. His face changes, his personality changes. He gets all like happy and jolly about like switch that with like horrible demon transformation. It's like it's kind of like a horror movie.
I guess.
You gotta switch up the ending a little bit. But.
You gotta switch up quite a few things.
Yeah. Well, like in concept.
Like the gift giving and the Santa
Yeah,
part.
switch that with like murder, and then you have a horror movie.
You know, if you take Nemo and you take away all the fish.
Yeah, and you change it about Native Americans. You have, what's that movie called?
Hereditary.
God damn it! No, I was going somewhere.
Nope.
I don't remember the name.
You know, if you take a movie and you completely change all the
Not
details.
completely, just. I mean, I guess it is pretty. It's a little.
It's just
abstract.
instead of gifts, he starts killing people. Then it would be a horror.
I guess I'm
movie.
just thinking about the concept of like transforming into something you don't want to become. It's just that. Nothing else about the movie.
But it's like implied that he was already kind of along that route because he's like a toy maker.
Did it?
Yeah, he works for a toy company in real life.
No, I know, but it's not like he was like, man, I wish I could be Santa one day.
Well, no, but it's not like crazy far off.
I guess.
Just a lot more work.
Yeah. The second one I have no recollection of.
Me either. I remember the third with Jack Frost.
And I watched it recently, too. Oh, no, the second one's with Mrs. Claus. That's when she gets in.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I remember the
Introduced.
Christmas party.
Yeah.
That's all I remember from that.
I don't remember much. I think I fell asleep through like half of it. And then, yeah, the third one I got halfway through. That's the one with Jack Frost. I missed the boat on a lot of Christmas movies. When Christmas showed up, me and my dad would just watch like the same 4. It was like Elf, Christmas Story, maybe Deck the Halls, maybe like A Wonderful Life. If we're getting a little
To be honest,
suicidal, you know?
I don't think I've ever watched A Christmas Story in its entirety.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever. I've always been incredibly bored.
Yeah, I bored. Why? Because it's old.
I don't know. I just don't find it like funny.
It's a pretty. I mean, nothing really happens.
Yeah.
It is kind of like a slice of life, sort of.
Yeah.
Just a kid's a couple days leading to Christmas.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like I find it kind of funny where you know, the classic, I can't keep my arms down. The kid's like, that makes me kind of laugh in like a dad way, like you know, like, oh, that's cute.
That's so nice.
That's fun.
Yeah.
I don't know.
can't.
Nothing in that movie makes me like, you know.
I don't think many things make you do that in general.
That's not true.
It's rare I see you fully laugh at something.
Recently, no. But you know, there's some funny movies out there. I bet.
I'm sure.
I mean, it's weird, like talking, like it's weird naming a movie like, oh, that's a funny movie.
Yeah.
That's a real good comedy.
There aren't many things in general that make me laugh, like actually. Like maybe smile or grin or like the air thing out of your nose.
Yeah. Yeah.
But not that.
That's laughing, I think.
I guess that counts.
Yeah, because it's. I would say that's laughing. I don't know. I laugh at like comedy, like stand-up specials.
Yeah.
Like this isn't a stand-up special, but that clip of Bobby Lee and Tom Segura about the sushi place. We won't do it, but that made me laugh.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I also feel like if I'm alone, I'll never laugh like out loud.
That's what I think too. But then sometimes things get me. It's like, oh, you know. But it's usually just like a short clip of my phone. It's not. I don't think I've laughed at like a movie in a while, unless it's like the theaters. I feel like in the movie theater, all of your senses are kind of heightened, and something about sitting down and watching a movie in a theater kind of makes you want to react more to it. Because like I remember like when I used to watch Marvel movies, I would laugh at the shitty comedy in it. You know, when fucking I don't know.
When Hulk hands Ant-Man a taco.
Yeah, I was like, oh, you know. But now I watch that, I'm like, why did I ever find that funny?
Yeah, what the fuck?
What is wrong with me? But yeah, I don't know. Something about the theater is like, I don't know. For me, at least, it makes me wanna. Maybe it makes me because I paid for it, so I feel like an obligation.
yeah,
to
enjoy it more.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
But when something's really bad, it's like
Yeah,
fucking miserable.
I'm like, I agree to an extent, but externally, I'm like the opposite. I feel like
Yeah.
if I'm in a theater, like, I'm so overstimulated that I just.
Well, I think that's most people. Unless it's like a fucking, like Minions 3. It's like. It's like. Or when like one of the new Star Wars movies, when a fucking porg does something.
Yeah.
It's like, oh!
Like, I'll enjoy something more if it's in the theater,
but
I'll react less, I feel like.
Okay.
Just because there's so many people around.
Yeah. Yeah, I got that when we saw Inside in the theater.
What the fuck is that? Oh, the Bo Burnham.
Yeah,
I
what
thought
the
you meant.
fuck?
No, I thought you were talking about the fucking Disney.
No,
the
not
Pixar Inside.
That's Inside Out.
Inside Out.
Yeah. And then there's a new movie called Inside.
There's
with
too many things called Inside. There's
Willem
the fucking
Dafoe.
video game. There's the.
Yeah. No, the thing that changed your life.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Because I've seen Inside Out, but not in theaters.
Yeah. No, Inside. When we saw that in theaters.
Yeah.
You didn't really laugh. I guess you'd seen it so much.
I've seen it like
so
15 times.
It kind of wore off in terms of its magic. But some of that still makes me laugh. We're not going to talk about that special again. We already made a whole fucking episode about it.
No, but I don't think any of that ever made me laugh.
Really?
No.
Some of that's pretty funny.
All of it, like, it was funny. I found it funny. But I just, like, all of it was internal.
Okay.
Like, I don't think I had any external reaction
I guess
all.
that's like an autistic thing, too, because I feel like that's a common thing.
Like, I don't, like, I'm not going to laugh at it, but in my head, I'm just like, that was funny.
Mm-hmm. You laughed when we were watching Harry Potter and we were talking about Dobby when and Deathly Hallows Part 1 when fucking when Dobby gets stabbed. Harry has the emotional scene like, oh, we have to bury him. We have to bury. No magic. It's like, why?
Why?
He's an elf.
He's an elf.
He's a magical being.
He is magic.
Yeah, he's literally a magical.
Use fucking magic.
I don't think he'd mind.
I don't think so.
There's nothing about his character even that would suggest that he was like.
I also laugh when Dobby got stabbed and you were like, "She's a witch! Why did she stab me?"
Yeah, it is kind of it's a fun little thing. It's like, yeah, why would a witch carry around a knife? An evil one, I guess, but
she's so evil. She has a knife.
Yeah, I kind of thought about that. It's like in that universe, a lot of problems would be solved if you just had like a fucking gun or something, or even like a sword. I guess there is a sword. There's a sword of Gryffindor.
There's the sword, yeah,
but
to an extent, they are still kind of human. Like, they'll die from a bullet.
Well, they are like, it's not like witches and wizards are literally a different
I know
species.
But like, unless they had like a magic like protection spell or some shit. Like, I feel like a gun would do the trick.
That's what I'm saying.
Pretty well.
Like, if Harry could have solved all this like 4 movies in, if he just like brought a gun with him from the outside world. I guess it's like they live in like England. It's not that
it's hard
easy
to get a gun.
Yeah.
You should have taken a trip down to America.
That's true. You could just teleport there.
Where is it? Oklahoma, where you can just all you need is an ID to buy a gun.
Well, no, they'd call them like a fucking. Oh, so you're from London, is it? I'm gonna have to see some more authentic because you fucking, I don't trust you with. You guys are going to have guns there, right?
If it was an Australian, they'd give it to him.
Yeah. Alrighty then. Yeah, I feel like I'm sure that's a played out bit. Like, oh, just bring a gun.
Just bring a gun.
I know that's not what the story's about. I understand that it's about wizards and stuff. A lot of these movies made me kind of frustrated in a lot of aspects. I just watched all of them back to back almost. One day we watched like 4 of them. And they're all like 2.5 hours.
I haven't done that since I was a kid, and I can't imagine ever doing it.
It was actually not bad. It wasn't as like time. I was invested. Obviously these movies are like, they're well made. When I was a kid, I never really got attached to them. I didn't really get it. Now as an adult, I'm like, oh, these are kind of fun.
I'm like the opposite.
They're very consistent.
They are consistent.
They're very consistently good throughout. Like, I don't think there's a bad movie in all of them. Maybe 6. 6 I don't like that much.
I was gonna say the last 2 were not great.
I kind of appreciated how horribly depressing they were.
Yeah.
Because especially the first one is just miserable.
It
the
is
happiest
miserable.
part about that movie is fucking Harry and Hermione like dancing to the radio in the fucking tent.
Yeah.
That's the peak of the story. In that one.
That's the height of it.
But in the before, you have like Harry like, oh my god, I'm a wizard, and like fucking riding brooms.
Which one is 6?
6 is the Half-Blood Prince.
I thought that one was really good.
I just didn't like the way it looked. Everything was really.
It was like greenish, right?
Everything was really blown out, and someone hit like $1 million on the bloom filter.
Yeah.
Everything was very overexposed. It was really ugly. It was a really ugly movie.
Yeah. But story-wise,
no, yeah, it was fine. They're all fine story-wise.
Yeah.
But that's the only one that sticks out of my mind. Like, that was pretty rough. Especially, like, you couldn't tell what was, like, a flashback and what was a regular scene because everything was so, like, ethereal. And
everything had, like, a vignette. And
yeah, you couldn't even see, like, silhouettes of people half the time. It was just, like, their face. It was really weird.
Yeah.
But, yeah, they're all pretty decent. But, like, yeah, there's just small things. It's, like, if you're a fucking loser idiot like me, it was just, like, if this is a practicing government official like school, I feel like there'd be a lot more restrictions on the shit that these kids do. You have kids like fucking throwing fireworks in the hallways and like making love potions and shit. Like fucking, you could turn someone into like a rat. Like a teacher in the 5th movie, I think, like turns Draco into a fucking ferret.
Yeah.
And Mrs. McGonagall or whatever the fuck her name like shows up. She's like, "You can't do that to students." He's like, oh, "Okay, sorry," and then nothing happens.
Yeah. Well, because that's all reversible.
I know, but like, aren't spells like whoever did it to you has to undo it? Isn't that kind of the thing? Like,
no, that's like
no.
Those are very specific, like curses.
All right. Well, whatever. I'm just saying, like,
or like hexes. Like
what if like when he turned to a ferret, like a bird just showed up and ate him, right? Like, what if someone date rapes somebody with a love potion? It's just kind of like in real life, this would be very serious.
Yeah, but it's not. It's not real life.
I understand, but if they have the guise of like, oh, like this is a very prestigious school and like we take our values seriously and like this is a safe place, it's like this is not a safe place. Half the time they're like Hogwarts is not safe anymore. Don't
do it. Don't come here. Don't come here.
There are fucking giant demon ghost people outside that'll kill you if you stroll too far.
Well, that's just because everyone's after Harry.
I know, but it's okay. So like the potion class, right?
Yeah.
In the Half-Blood Prince, or like he's like, if you fuck this up a little bit, like you're gonna blow up, you're gonna die.
Yeah.
It's like,
well,
all right, what if someone fucks up?
Hogwarts is like fucking like military school. It's like a training camp. It's not like.
It's not though, because it's not like there's no what's the word? Fucking Jesus Christ. It's not real. It feels more like a boarding school.
I guess, but it's not like
It's
purely an education thing. It's more of like a mastering a skill thing.
That is education, though.
Yeah,
It's like college, I guess, not school.
Yeah, it's kind of like everyone kind of goes their own route.
I know, but it's just if this was like, I don't know. I understand it's a magical universe and it's like mythical things. So I understand that. It's just there's something like the tests where they throw kids with a bunch of dragons and they're like, all right, fight it, get the egg.
Well, that was only for like this, like the top, like prospects.
I know,
like,
but anyone can enter.
Yeah.
So like.
Anyone can join the military.
And they also said, like, you might die if you join this. Like, how is that allowed? Even in a magical universe, like, you still want to protect these kids. Like, you want them to be a wizard, right?
Well,
like, why the fuck?
Think about fucking real life, like, construction jobs. Where it's like, yeah, you might die.
But it's not a bunch of, like, 14-year-olds on a construction site.
Well, by that point in the story, they were all like 18.
Not Harry. He was like 15. That's
15?
That's the whole thing, because they're like, oh, you can only be 17 to enter.
Oh, well, yeah.
But then Harry gets in at 15.
Well, yeah, because Dumbledore fucking snuck his name in or whatever.
No, it was the guy with the eye.
Oh, Mad Moody, right? Yeah. Mad Moody.
But it wasn't actually. It was a guy pretending to be Mad Eye Moody.
Yeah.
That was also weird, too. Like, the scene... Before you even know Mad Eye Moody isn't him, it's an imposter. The imposter is teaching, and he teaches the class really well about the three the
Unforgivables.
Yeah, the unforgivable curses, the death one, the torture one, and the levitating one. And he teaches it really well, and it seems like he actually is like, he's trying to get to the point. And you get the message in the scene. You're like, oh fuck, these are why would a guy pretending to be him know how to like do that, how to teach a class so well, and like it really inform them about these things. Just small things that just don't really make sense.
Good at the spells. I don't know.
Well, no, I don't know. You haven't seen these in a little bit, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe.
I'm saying, like, it's not that hard to teach someone something.
It is. I don't know. I don't. Maybe there's something in the spell that's like, oh, you like absorb their personality or whatever the fuck. But like, he's even like, he has his own mannerisms and talks like him, and it's like it's just weird.
Yeah.
Because when other characters take the Polyjuice potion, is getting real dorky. They still talk like themselves. Like in the second movie where Harry and fucking Ron.
I think that's just to keep the viewer.
I know, and for the movie, like that makes sense. It's just in terms of the world, it's like, just it breaks its rules a lot of the time. I think that's what kind of pisses me off.
Well, I think you're supposed to gauge that in the actual universe, they're not talking like Harry and Hermione. They're talking like the other people. But for a viewer, they're just gonna use their original voices.
Okay.
It's easier. So that we can follow.
I guess.
Because if they weren't they weren't talking like actually Harry and them, like people would get lost.
I guess. But then why is Mad Eye why does he just have his voice?
Because we weren't supposed to know yet.
All right, I guess. It's all in retrospect. These things kind of like, I don't know. It bugs me a little bit.
Because then the whole plot of that movie would be over.
No, I understand. I understand the movie would be ruined if
we could hear him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it might work because that Mad Eye Moody. This is the first movie he's like introduced in, so you don't know what he sounds like.
Yeah, I guess.
You didn't have to like. I don't know. It just wasn't very thought out. I don't know how much of this is even like their fault or what the fuck is her name?
J.K. Rowling.
J.K. Rowling.
Rowling.
Whatever. Maybe it's her fault. I don't know. Because I remember these books not being very well written either.
I hated the fucking books. Jesus Christ. I read a couple. I read the first like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Ugh.
By the way, Dumbledore is
like
gay.
Her books are like if you like have to finish a word length on an essay and you just right click on everything and look for synonyms.
Yeah. You go to thesaurus.
Like none of it's written well. It's just all she just switched everything to big words to make it seem like she's an amazing author.
Yeah.
It's like it's so useless. That book could be half the size if she just wrote like a normal person.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
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 I always I laugh now. I make this joke at the end of the Goblet of Fire when Robert Pattinson's character dies.
Yeah.
And his dad comes over.
I love that.
He's like, "That's my son.
That's my boy.
That's my boy." Ah! Like the first time I saw it, I was like, "Holy shit, that's a good scene." And now every time I see it, I just have to do that. I have to do that impression.
Yeah.
Something about it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. Also, I you know what? We're not going to talk about it anymore. Harry Potter is fine.
Harry Potter is okay.
I used to hate it, and now it's like, yeah, it's fine. It's a good.
I like them.
It's probably one of the most consistent movie franchises ever, I think.
I used to watch the first one for Christmas.
I guess they're all kind of Christmas movies.
Yeah,
because they all go to school
During-
right before
yeah.
Christmas.
But yeah, the first one specifically, I think I'd watch most Christmases.
Yeah. That seems like a good one.
So that one's just mostly fun.
Yeah, it's just, yeah. Yes.
Yes.
Oh, also, sorry, one more thing. The fucking Hermione just gets like a time traveling gift.
Yeah.
That one is insane because it's like you could
Yeah.
just destroy the universe if you fuck up once. And I get it. Hermione's like really smart. She's like better than everybody. I get it. Like why they give it to her and not someone else. But still, like what the fuck?
Yeah, yeah. Here you go.
Yeah, you could just turn back time now
Have fun.
because you want to go to some classes.
Because you want to save a fucking bird.
Yeah.
Gotta save Buckbeak.
Yeah, the bird you met like a couple days ago.
Hey, I was fucking rooting for that bird, though.
I guess, because it's an animal, but, I mean, you don't really give a shit. It doesn't
Yes.
even show up in another movie. That's the only thing it shows up in.
He shows up at the end of that movie.
Right, at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the line where you meet Sirius for the first time, and Lupin's talking to him. He's like, we have to wait a little longer to kill fucking the rat. He's like, and Sirius is like, I've been waiting at Azkaban. It's like, oh, that's a good scene. That's a good scene. And he's like, for 12 years. It's like, all right.
I did my waiting.
Yeah.
12 years of it. Yeah.
In Azkaban.
Yeah.
My name is Sirius Black. Like it's just, we get it.
Yeah.
We got it. This 2 lines in. We don't. Even kids aren't that fucking dumb. Like I get these are kids movies, but fuck.
Yeah, it's just like extra dramatic effect for no
Yeah.
reason.
Well, it's also just exposition. Like if they didn't catch it the first time, it's like he's
Yeah.
saying it to you, the viewer. This is who Sirius is. This is why he's so upset.
Although I don't know how you wouldn't be following that, but
I know.
yeah,
The whole movie is like, oh, Sirius Black. Like it's like, remember when he killed everybody? He's in Azkaban. Sirius Black. He's coming for Harry. He likes Harry. He's gonna
loves
kill
Harry,
Harry.
dude.
Also, another thing. I actually gonna end it after this. Just talk about it for a while. No one reacts to the fact that Harry has the fucking cloak of invisibility since the first movie. When they find out about the Deathly Hallows in the 7th movie, no one even mentions like, "Oh wow, Harry, you had one of those for like your whole life."
yeah,
That's weird. Who gave that to you? Not even mentioned one time.
yeah. It's just forgotten about.
Yeah, and they
It's-
make such a big deal out of the other two because like he uses the resurrection stone at the end and he obviously breaks the elder one. It's like, but no, the other one, like that's the least important
You
one.
can go invisible.
Whatever. Anyway, yeah, Harry Potter. Watch them. You already have,
You have.
but watch them. They're good if you like that kind of thing. You ever see the Spiderwick Chronicles?
I read the books.
I read the books too.
I think I saw the. I think I saw.
We watched the movie together a couple years
we?
ago. Yeah, but I meant it more as like a kid.
Nah,
I saw that.
I think as a kid maybe, but I think I'm also confusing it with fucking Bridge to Terabithia.
Yeah, yeah. They have very, very similar like visuals of kids in a forest.
Yeah.
Just different actors.
So I don't know which one I'm thinking about, but
Spiderwick Chronicles is the one where it's like all about the book. Spiderwick, he's like a. No, yeah, it's kind of
all
like
I can remember
movie.
is a picture. It's mostly green in the
Yeah.
background because of leaves, and they're literally. Well, I guess I answered it. I was gonna say they're standing on a bridge.
Yeah, I think that's the one. I think that's the other one.
But I don't know. It's not like a big bridge.
It was never a big bridge.
Was it really?
No, it was like a shitty bridge that they built in Bridge to Terabithia.
Oh, okay, so I'm thinking of that.
The
then.
big bridge shows up at like the very end where they're like, "Yeah, look at this wonderful castle," and it's like all the CGI weirdos.
Mm.
That movie's weird. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't. Bridge to Terabithia. Like I get, as a child, you would find the story compelling. But a lot of it is very strange. Like the scene where the teacher takes the child out for like a date almost to the museum. Remember fucking 500 Days of Summer lady? She's like, "Oh, you're really good at music or whatever. You want to come to a museum?"
I don't remember that.
Like on a Saturday. And he's like, "Yeah."
That sounds rough.
Yeah, and it like they go and it's even shot like a rom-com almost, where it's like they're like walking around and it's like a montage of them talking and like they're in the car together. It's really inappropriate. It's for a child. And yeah, all the weird CGI is like, obviously it looks bad, but in terms of what they're showing, I don't know. It's a kids movie. Fucking, if you like it, I don't care. You can like it. It's not a bad movie, but there are a couple things kind of odd. Like, how the fuck did she drown in like a 3-foot river?
Just stand up.
Yeah, just get up. Just leave.
Leave.
I get it. It's during like a rainstorm, but like it was 3 feet high. You could have just. Oh. Right.
It was strong currents, dude.
Yeah. In a forest.
Yeah.
They didn't even establish like a bigger body of water nearby
No.
that she could get like swept in. It was just like, nah, she drowned there
It was the river.
immediately.
It was in
She
the
hit the
river.
water, and then just died.
She could only hold her breath for 2 seconds.
Yeah, we didn't teach her that in art class. We didn't teach her that in fucking chair drum class. Whatever, I don't know. What's the like like the guys that hit the boxes drums? Is it called box drums?
I guess.
You know, like the scenes in movies, like they're standing around a campfire and they're like,
was like
it's a thing that they're sitting on. They're like hitting to make like a drum beat. Jesus Christ, I don't know. Whatever. You know what's funny? So we were in the hardware store the other day. We were painting some lady's house, and we had this like very lethal, poisonous, like not lead paint, but not like
the super heat proof.
yeah,
like,
heat-proof
pipe
paint for pipes and shit. And we needed masks, or we needed respirators. Either an N95 or the plastic ones with like the filters on them, whatever the fuck. We needed something like that. So naturally, we go to a hardware store, right? He's been here a bunch of times. He says it's great. He says he knows the guy there. He's an old man and loves him because you keep buying shit over there. We walk in. We're near McDonald Avenue for New York or Brooklyn people. McDonald Avenue, like near the Kids in Action. You know where that is? We're near there. There's a hardware store. We walk in. Already said that. Swamped. Just packed to the brim with bullshit, whatever the fuck people in there doing nothing. They were just standing there.
They weren't buying anything.
They weren't even online. It was just strollers and fucking, like, it was already the worst kind of thing to walk into when you're at, like, a hardware store. Already, for some reason, the culture around hardware stores, like, everyone's just like, all right, we're just going to throw a bunch of shit on the walls and we'll have people figure it out. Like, we're not going to organize this shit at all, but whatever. It's here.
Find it.
You just have to find it yourself. It's here. You'll
in the store.
You'll be able to find your fucking primer or whatever you need. But so we walk in, we walk around a little bit. Immediately, 5 seconds in, we walk in. Hey, do you need help? Do you need help with anything? No, we're good. I think we got it. Like, okay, let me know. All Jewish people. I didn't
you left
establish that
out.
part. All like Hasidic, maybe not Hasidic, but with yarmulkes, Jewish men working at least. So you can imagine what that looks like. Fucking, just a bunch of white collared, button down shirts, like sprinting around looking for fucking like
it was also
discounted plates.
It was every customer in there too.
Yeah, and
we were the only
regular normal people,
non-religious Jewish people.
So yeah, first guy asks us, "No, we're good." We walk around for a little bit. We're not really finding what we want to find, so we're like, "All right, we might as well ask somebody because we're kind of on time crunch." So the next person who comes up to us is, "Hey, you need anything?" And we're like, "Yes, actually. Do you guys have respirators?" I swear to God.
The look on his face.
Just, my words just went through him. Just, his eyes his pupils dilated, went into like a cold sweat. Like,
I was going to say, like,
what?
His skin went flush.
Yeah,
like, he was just.
He's like, what did you
You're looking
respirator?
What are you?
Yeah.
You're looking for what?
We're like, like a like mask.
Respirators?
Masks. You got masks here? He's like,
mask.
oh, masks.
Yeah, he's like, oh, masks. We got masks.
We got masks. We got in the front. Follow me.
Over there. But he doesn't even help us out. He just goes, they're near the stairs.
Yeah. And then
First of all, there's not even it's 2 steps.
Yeah, it's like a little ledge. You
just
gotta
like
climb
a ledge to the
There's no second floor.
slightly
of this place.
elevated platform.
Yeah.
And he's like, they're near the stairs.
We're like, okay. I think one of us. I think I did. I was like, oh, could you show us? He's like, okay.
Yeah,
Like,
you had to think about it.
Like, if it's right there, right? Like,
it had to be because he had no clue.
Yeah, I think he was bullshitting.
He was
us.
just
like, oh, it's near. It's over there.
And he's just, can I show you?
Yeah. Oh, fuck.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, this way. Yeah.
We go to the stairs. Nothing there. And then he's like, or no, like he shows us there. He's like, oh, they're here. And we look, and they're definitely not. There's like screwdrivers and fucking tape here. It's not furthest thing for masks.
Couple of power tools.
And I catch him. I'm like, hey man, there's nothing here.
Yeah.
We're kind of like looking around, like, where the fuck? And then someone else like, hey, you need help? We're like, yeah, we're looking for respirators. They're like, respirators?
What is that?
Yeah, and then someone else had to fucking come up to me. He's like, hey, these guys are looking for respirators. He's like, what are respirators? Like,
I don't know
respirator?
what those are.
Like, what are you talking about?
What is a respirator?
He's like, mask. He's like, oh, why didn't you say that? Are you kidding? This is not.
He's like, oh, you should have just said mask.
This is not like high level vocabulary.
No.
This is a word you've learned in 5th grade.
It's
a
mask, but with more protection.
You know, like respiration,
Right.
like breathing, respirator. It even sounds like something you put over your face, and like it's not this abstract concept that.
No.
So finally, they point us somewhat in the right direction. Not really. They just kind of we point to this wall. It's like fucking 1,000,000 feet high, and we finally find like the plastic like gas mask. He's like, "We got gas masks." And then he points it to it. Yeah, it's like the plastic respirator. It says respirator
It says right and
on the fucking thing.
It says it on there.
I wanted to show it to him, be like, "Hey, buddy, this is what this is."
It's the typical
Right?
like you see spray painters wearing it, and
Yeah,
it
it's
has like
something something you'd paint
the
with.
side filters on. And
Just-
he referred to it as a gas mask, first of all.
We're
and
like,
second of
oh,
all,
cool.
we were like, I was like, okay, we'll take 2 of those.
Yeah.
He brings them down, and then we go to checkout.
And then you're kind of like looking through.
I'm
them.
like fiddling with it. And
Yeah.
I'm looking through it. They don't come with fucking filters.
No.
It's just the mold of the plastic
Yeah.
faceplate.
And then we look back, and of course, they
There are
don't
no
sell the
filters. They
filters
don't
there.
sell
And
the
if we ask
filters.
for them, they'll fucking there'll be panic in the store.
Yeah.
What's a filter?
They don't know what respirators are, so they probably didn't even know you needed filters for those.
We would ask for filters. They'd give us something for like a vacuum cleaner or something.
Yeah, like an AC filter.
Yeah. So we go back, and I think one of the guys brought over like N95s too, because we were kind of like, this isn't really what we want. So he brought them over. He just like left them on like a box.
Yeah.
There's no counting of inventory in this place or
No,
like keeping
everything's
track
just
of anything. So
somewhere.
it's kind of just whatever. Like we could have just walked out with it, but we did pay for them.
Yeah.
And we got some like $13 tape, which was fun.
Oh my god, painter's tape for $13.
It was Scotch brand blue masking tape.
You can get that for like $9.
Yeah,
anywhere
not even.
else.
But yeah, this place was $13, and the
Yeah.
N95s we got 30 of them for like 20 or something.
No, it was 20 of them for 30.
20 of them for 30. So
And
yeah,
I didn't want to do that because we just needed a mask each.
yeah.
And I didn't want to buy 20 masks. But they didn't have the fucking filters.
No, if we'd asked them, we would have been there forever. So yeah, that
and
was fun.
in hindsight, we probably should have gotten the respirators and tried to find some filters because we were fucked up.
I think we would have been fucked up anyway because that was strong pain. We were panicking. We were like, dude, we are not okay
Yeah.
at all. Holy
We started
moly.
like getting lightheaded and like coughing.
Yeah.
It was,
Yeah, you feel you get that metallic taste in your throat, so you know
yeah,
you're healthy.
it's gone too far.
Yeah.
And the lady, the woman we were painting for, came down and she was like, "Wow, it smells awful.
Yeah, it's bad in here, huh?
It's really bad. I just came down to make sure you guys were okay."
It's like, what did she think was happening? Like we were just dead on the floor.
Yeah, she-
just
Please don't die in my house.
yeah. Please don't go outside. I'll open the door. So please, yeah. She came down there with no mask. She just like
She
walked
was, she was
in.
just standing there too.
Yeah,
Like,
she's
she
like,
took
oh,
she like took her time with it too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ooh, this is rough.
this is bad, huh? Like yeah,
Yes, leave.
you warned us before. Like that stuff's
Yeah.
smelly.
It's super smelly.
It's like yeah, yes.
Yep.
Yes. Yes, it is. You talk about that. Talk about her house. Her weird smelling baby shit stew house. There's a very off smell in there.
There is a dog.
There's a dog. There's a baby.
There is a baby, and there is a 20-something-year-old macaw.
Yeah, and there's this other bigger child.
There's a older child.
It just smelled like just the just sour like like baby shit.
Yeah, a combination of the
awful.
bird shit and the bird food everywhere in that one room, mixed with a baby being in the house, mixed with like just various
It's a weird mix of people and animals.
people, animals.
It's like there's a Rottweiler in there for some reason.
Yeah.
Maybe for protection or something. I don't know. But it's a very
Um,
sweet but scary looking dog. The kid was just on the iPad just watching like Tobuscus or whatever. Because that's topical.
yeah. The
yeah.
smell of old lead paint.
Apparently this baby is kind of a freak of nature too.
Yeah, this baby has like
It
superpowers.
had like scars on its face from slamming it into shit.
Yeah.
Bookcase fell on it. It was fine. You're gonna get a nice view of my feet this episode.
Oh.
Yeah, weird mix of people. Weird looking people too. And yeah, the basement. God, the basement was the worst part. I think it was that bathroom. It was just filled with like dirty diapers and.
Yeah, because there's like a garbage can in there, and I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
the nanny changes the diapers in that
That
bathroom.
was the funny thing too. We were painting the nanny's room,
Yeah.
and we were on a time crunch because this lady literally had to like stay there that night.
No, she just
So-
lives there.
No, I know she lives there, but
Yeah.
we were painting her house, basically her home,
Her home.
and she needed access to it. Like at one point, we had fucking plastic over all the dressers, and she like lifted it up and
It's
got
like-
a pair of
yeah.
underwear or something. 'Cause she had to shower.
Yeah. It took me like a full week to get that room done. I guess she was just living in like the living room
In her
or something.
car or
Yeah,
something,
like,
I
I
don't
don't know. Well, before the toxic paint,
Yeah,
she was able to just like to take the plastic off the bed and go to sleep. But
that's good.
yeah, it's an interesting house.
She was sleeping in there while you were still painting.
No, well, I mean, I would leave by like 6 or 7.
Right. Take the plastic off of her bed. And just
Yeah, basically, I'm pretty sure she
shit.
slept down there while all the shit was just around. Yeah.
That's weird. That's weird. What a weirdo. What a
Mm.
fucking freak. Hate her. This fucking sucks. Sorry for all the sniffling.
Definitely contracting in general is shaping up to be a strange thing.
I bet.
You just enter these people's homes, and they have no idea who you are, what you do or
Yeah.
have done. And they're just like,
You're what they would call a stranger.
yes, and they're like,
Yeah.
fix my home.
Basically, yeah. It's like, we're going to give you the tools to destroy our house, but
Like,
we want you to put new molding on the floors.
yeah,
I want a new floor.
want new floors.
Can you
just do it?
Can you give me a new floor, please? I don't know how to do that.
And I mean, for the most part, usually they don't supply you with materials. This lady has been, which is great.
Yeah.
But yeah, like they just have some, and I charge less because I'm a kid basically.
Singular human.
I'm one guy and I'm 24. But just the premise of that,
that equals child and just
yeah. But just the premise of that, like a 40 something, maybe 50-year-old person hiring like a 24-year-old kid to renovate their home.
I mean, like
I can't imagine what that's like.
back in like the 50s and 60s, I think that's just kind of how shit got done in your house. Like if
Yeah,
shit was broken, you'd be like, "Hey," and just
call the neighbor.
call a kid over,
yeah.
just a stranger, and be like, "Hey, could you fix this?"
Yeah.
They'd be like, "Yeah,"
But
and then you give them
nowadays
like
that's
10 cents.
not what happens.
No,
So
if you
it's
do
weird.
that, you'd be like raped and murdered, I think.
Yeah.
Hey, come in here. Fix my light.
Fix my sink.
Okay. Something horrible. would
Yeah, I
happen.
guess I'm going the like traditional route.
Yeah,
Like-
yeah. At least you show up with like orange on, like an orange shirt.
Yeah, I show up in a
And, like-
very obvious construction like suit.
There's no mistaking that he's gonna paint your house or
Yeah,
something.
like it's very well known. I show up with paint covered boots, pants, and
Yeah.
always I have not ever worked without like a neon orange safety T-shirt.
Yeah. And you wear those out sometimes too.
What do you mean?
It's kind of fun. You kind of dress like a construction worker just sometimes.
Yeah,
When you
I
go out.
I do. Yeah.
You're like, I want to wear my pure orange shirt today.
Well, if I'm
And then you're like, I can't. It's got white paint over it. I have to match with the white paint pants too.
yeah. No, if there's a day where I'm feeling like productive or like some sort of work has to get done, something about the outfit just makes me like way more
In your
able.
brain, you're like, yes,
Yeah.
I'm gonna work today.
Like if we have to like on our moving days, like we're not painting or caulking or
Yeah.
fixing anything, but if we're moving, like I want to put on
well, that makes sense. It makes some sense because you're working
Yeah.
technically.
or like yeah, I don't know. Even just
Yeah.
if there's some sort of work in quotes to be done, like I'm going to put that on.
Yeah. My work clothes are jeans with about a 3-foot hole in the crotch of them because I'm standing all like these. I don't know if you can see that. Because I'm standing all the time and no one sees me when I sit down. I think the worst people order whitefish salad on a bagel.
Yeah, I agree.
Speak about my job. Like, it's always just the grossest old ladies. Like, their pussies must stink. If you're eating whitefish salad and like cream cheese on a bagel, like, oh my god. These ladies are going through like menopause and stuff. They're not fucking anymore. They're not menstruating. They're not getting horny. It's a fucking nightmare down there, I bet. That's all I think about when someone
That's all
orders.
you think about.
When someone orders whitefish salad, I'm like, oh, like, what could be going on down there? Like, what does that even look like? Like, if you're a person who genuinely, because I don't see young people ordering this. This is like a purely old people thing. Whitefish salad and like whatever, like onions, tomatoes, lettuce, whatever you want on an everything bagel or something. What is happening?
What is
like, what is going on?
I don't know if I see the correlation, but
okay. So think about like a lady who you think orders that.
No, I get, like, I understand where you're
Think about what that
from.
lady looks like,
Yeah.
and then be like, "What's that?"
Yeah. No, I do agree that the only people who order whitefish salad are like disgusting.
Just the
looking.
stinkiest people.
They look like trolls.
Kind of, yeah.
They're like
They're little like mole people.
I have worked where he is working.
It's just the grossest
From my
people.
experience there, yeah. I've only done it to like I think only know like 3 people who have ordered that.
Yeah. Really?
And they came in but they were like regular.
Oh, okay. It's a pretty
and
popular
all
thing.
3 of them that I've seen, they look like troll people.
Yeah, they're like they're like ancient fucking just.
Yeah.
You know,
Their
and
skin is starting to like crumble.
yeah, like they're starting to flake. You know.
Yeah,
like their fingers are falling off.
They're turning to ash.
Yeah, they're coming to the earth. The gravity is forcing them to be a horrible human, like a horrible looking person. And yeah, like, and their brain, it must be all the salt in it and shit, just makes them taste anything. Because it's just the worst. It's like tuna fish, but awful.
I've never tried it.
It's so bad. It's just salty and ugh. And then, like, you get it on a bagel, and like when you scoop this on, it's all like one piece. You gotta, like,
just
spread
solid.
it.
Yeah,
It's awful, and yeah, these people, they're like, yeah, I get a whitefish salad bagel with on an everything bagel with, and the people who get cream cheese on it too.
Oh my god!
What the fuck? What?
I want to throw up.
What texture in your mouth is that making? Where you're like, oh, delicious! Like, what is wrong with you?
It's disgusting. It's
Same
so
thing with people.
disgusting.
People get like fucking cream cheese and some other weird set like tuna or something. It's just like, what? Like, you're either 5 years old and you don't know what anything is, or you're 95 and you're doing it to feel something.
That's like me when I was poor and I was just trying to get. I only had 1 meal a day, so I put any sort of calories I could onto a sandwich.
Yeah. Like,
I was just like, yeah, peanut butter protein powder and tuna and mayonnaise and 16 pickles and like 15 slices of cheese.
oh, dude, I had a lady who ordered fucking 2 of the dill pickles that we have.
I've never seen anyone.
That happened because I said that.
Yeah, that was residual.
That was my body. Like, oh, dude,
It was instinctual. Like,
holy fuck.
I've never seen anyone order those.
And this lady was like, she had a kid. She was like 40 something probably, and just she had the grossest order. She ordered like tuna fish with lettuce and tomato and like a cinnamon raisin bagel with cream cheese. And yeah, she's like, "Oh, can we get 2 pickles, please?" That's the end. That's all of it. We gotta do another outro like this, because fuck you and Apple products suck cock. Don't use them. Unless it's a phone. Phones are okay, I guess. Phones are pretty good. With like iPads. No. Bye.